Hi, I am here with, what was your name, ma'am?
Anastasia.
Anastasia. Anastasia is definitely dressed for the party. What game or games do you normally play, Anastasia?
I normally play the Vampire LARP for the Mindside Society and Dystopia Rising.
Wonderful. That seems to be the biggest groups around here. What got you into LARP to begin with?
My mom was actually a huge vampire fan, and so I read all the books when I was a kid.
How long have you been playing?
I've been playing for about 8 years.
What is the biggest thing that you like about the LARP experience?
I like telling stories with other people, and I like the community of friends that it has, so that's my big motivation.
Yeah, this is definitely a community. I think I've counted 6 or so different games assembled here tonight. Of your attire here, which game is this more for?
It's actually a mismatch of my vampire and my post-apocalyptic character. So there's little, like this jacket is my post-apoc character, but all my jewelry is for my vampire, so.
So when you're putting together your outfit, how do you go about acquiring all of this?
I go to a lot of thrift stores and discount stores, and I look for one piece that is kind of indicative of what I want to do with the character, and then I build around that.
Do you do a lot of your own crafting?
I do. I have a sewing machine. I've got all kinds of power tools. If I want to do it and I can't find it, I just build it.
Again, the mark of a LARPer.
It's true. It's really true. Too many craft supplies.
So, tell me about your favorite experience in a LARP.
Oh gosh, that's a hard question. I think my favorite experience was I actually got tricked by the people running the LARP. My character was doing this major resistance movement, and I thought it wasn't getting anywhere, and then they ran this huge thing. It was explosive, and it was all because of stuff my character was doing, and it really made me feel like the story that I was telling, and a lot of other people who were helping me tell all kind of paid off in this big event, and that's probably been one of the more satisfying moments for me.
Wonderful. That sounds quite amazing. Hey, thanks for stopping in on the show.
Hey, no problem, Chris. You're awesome, man. Keep it up.
Hey, Adventures in LARP fans. We're here today on a special episode talking about pirates.
Yar!
As if you couldn't tell, because we're not going to, dress up like this if we were Smurfs. That's a whole other. You know what? That'd be kind of a. Look for that in future episodes.
One segment at a time, Mr.
All
Glover.
right. So I'm Chris Glover, Courtney Manor,
Hi.
Matt Griffith,
Hello.
and so the question that we want to chat about first off is playing pirates in game. Kind of the how we set it off, but even before that, I was struck with an observation today, thinking about filming this. I've noticed that in a variety of fantasy games where you would normally see people dressed as pirates, and Renfest type groups where you would also normally see people as pirates, it struck me that not only are neither one really a piratey sort of genre, but there also seems to never be water. So.
Well, on that
but,
first point, I'm going to argue with you.
Okay.
I'm going to argue. There have always been pirates in all of history, so long as there have been boats. Vikings were effectively pirates. In medieval times,
they dress like this?
They
No.
pirated. They
Sure.
went across the coast and looted and pillaged and got on their boat and went home.
Okay.
They were pirates.
Okay. I will go with the definition.
Medieval times, they were pirates.
Stand corrected.
Renaissance, they were pirates. 17th century, they learned to dress as pirates. But today, there are still pirates.
Okay. So let me ask it in this way. So you are correct. I stand corrected, and I'm using the term pirate, and maybe I shouldn't be. But when you see someone dressed in the 17th century pirate-y sort of attire, you don't look at them and say, there is a blacksmith. You look at them and say, there is a pirate, right?
Yes.
True.
And then from that fashion, being a 1700s sort of look, it's not the sort of thing that you wouldn't see any other 1700s sort of a look in a lot of fantasy role-play games or Renfests.
That's why I love to see them at Renfest.
And see, that's
because it's ridiculous.
well, but more to the point, so are stormtroopers in a Renfest. However,
But I don't like
as
stormtroopers.
a society, we have just let the pirates. Sure, you're a pirate. It works. It seems to be I frown on stormtroopers at Renfest. I even frown on the Star Trek folks that are in the holodeck, as it were, because you've got conventions.
Oh God.
You-
That-
but
Hold on.
I frown on the Doctor anywhere, especially at Renfest. So.
yes,
Yes,
I will
I do.
frown on the Doctor unless it's one of the actual actors. I'd accept
Okay,
that.
I'll give you a pass.
No, but going back to the Star Trek thing, didn't the holodeck also not at least try to put them in a costume? Like, it may have done horrible, but it tried to holograph a
Yes,
costume.
so therefore they should be. Excellent point.
Thank
Take
you.
notice, Star Trek people. But
If you're in the holodeck, dress like you're at the Renaissance Fair.
so here's the thing: if you have Star Trek conventions for Star Trek people, and you have fantasy games, and you have planetfall games for sci-fi and whatnot, are we just missing pirate conventions and pirate-specific LARP games?
Yes,
There are-
because we're not in Florida.
You're missing them, but
No.
there are pirate conventions, mostly in Florida. But
Yeah,
I
especially
think
Key
there's,
West. Oh,
in Galveston.
Oh,
City of
God, yeah,
Galveston's
because
got-
Lafitte was in Galveston.
Okay,
But you're right. You kind of have to go to the coast.
where there's water
Yes,
And boats.
and boats.
Yeah, that you make
All
a
right.
point.
So how do we effectively play pirates in an area where we are short pirating vessels?
We can't be travelers?
You bring a bathtub.
Bathtub or we're
And you
part
put
of a
the
caravan?
boats in the bathtub, and you just haul the bathtub around with you.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I am all for that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I will completely accept that. So does that mean that a stormtrooper can carry around a Death Star wagon?
I've seen it
Nope.
happen.
Let's not. Nope. Not going there. Not going there. Sticking to pirate.
Can we blow it up?
I know, right.
Well,
This is what Blackwater was invented for.
I think if you are portraying anyone from the Star Wars universe, and you happen to have access to a Death Star, or beach ball or anything round, I think it's generally the thing to do is to blow it up. Because so far the Star Wars universe seems to be 3 for 3 on destruction of large round objects.
Or you can sneak up behind the stormtrooper and poke him in the exhaust port.
I'll let you try that, good sir.
Oh, well,
God,
that's a whole
no.
that's a whole nother show. All right, but in reality, so all right, so that there are some pirate conventions down along the coast in some places. Okay, so are we completely missing on having a pirate themed specific LARP?
Yes, actually.
I think that would be a challenge.
Yeah.
We don't actually have boats.
Okay.
I feel the same way about steampunk airships. We don't actually have those either. And
Right.
It's kind of embarrassing.
But we do have bands like who was it? Moving on.
Music band like Abney Park?
There you go. We do have Abney Park.
I
so
like Abney Park.
I can still assume that they have a ship somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but when you look at a pirate themed movie, even though there is going to be lots of sailing because pirate and boat themed, there is a whole lot of movie on any of them that takes place on the ground.
Well, because one single horizon gets boring. Even if you look at stuff like Master and Commander, where the entire story takes place on a ship, there's at least some variation in the scenery because suddenly your waves go from being like bathtub-sized to being mountains on the water.
So
but it's
could
the scenery
you
thing.
then have a pirate-based themed game that just takes place on land?
Totally.
Like you're just stuck on a fake ship and you're not allowed to leave and nothing happens? Cabin fever, the LARP.
That would be a parlor type game.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, you draw cards to see who goes crazy.
That would be fun.
Okay, this is a game. We're going to develop
It might as well
this.
be a drinking game.
You know,
Ooh. Liver damage is not optional, so no overdoing it.
You mean it's required? It's not optional. It has to be done.
well, all right. So we're on to something. All right, a parlor type game where everybody's stuck on the ship and slowly going madder than they would be otherwise. Does that mean that we have to have people?
It's so Nordic.
Does that mean that in order to play, you should have people role-playing, like swabbing the deck or something? See, I've got wooden floors.
Swabbing the carpets.
No. I've got wooden floors at my house, so would this be an excellent time to get my floors cleaned? That is a question we will come back to on our next segment, but now let's talk more about other pirates.
Hey everyone, Crazy Carl here, and it sounds like you need a date. If you're a fey monster and you need a date, call me, Crazy Carl.
Hey, coming up with Buzz. I'll show you a good song.
Hey, Adventures LARP fans, we're back for some more of our pirate-themed show, which is good because we're dressed as pirates. I am here today with Robert Bland of Killring Cosplay, who happens to have attire dressing like a pirate. And we're going to talk a little bit about pirate costuming. I know that you're just looking at a bunch of guys standing up here and saying, what if I'm not a guy and I want to dress as a pirate? We'll get to the ladies next. Don't you go away.
You could still dress as a guy if you wanted to.
That's true. That's true. I don't want to discourage anybody. But let's take a look at what we've got going on here. So run through some of your props and attire and tell me what you were doing aiming for a pirate theme.
All right. Well, one thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is you don't want to make it look too pristine. If you want to look like an accurate pirate, I mean, those guys, they didn't go out shopping and find all this stuff that they have. They went and picked it up wherever. They made it. I mean, I actually fashioned these myself. You know, got it where you can put your daggers in here. You know, a hammer. This is good for tying off things on the ship or clubbing somebody. You know, you've got, you know, where you've got your cutlass. You got that thing? Yeah, you don't need that. Anyway, got to have the drink for the rum, you know, the cup for the rum there.
Right.
But yeah, make sure that, you know, you want to make sure that you're not looking too sharp. You know, everything's got to be accurate. You picked up this stuff off of a dead body and just throw it together. So it doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to look all great.
I'm a prissy pirate. I went to the store. Okay. I like that. And I'm looking here. So we've got two kind of variations. We've got your variation here. Step forward a little bit closer. So we've got your variation where we've got the whole pirate look, but kind of the piece together. And then over here, Matt is more of the 17th century coat and pants sort of look.
Well, for myself, I do quite a bit more sewing, and it's been really easy to find pirate costume pattern pieces, thanks to Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and then everybody suddenly had pirate patterns, and pirates are popular, so they're still out, and I grabbed one of those and kind of put together a thing. I found that finding the accoutrement that you've got here, the leather baldric and all the...
Actually, I made this.
Did you?
Yes.
I'm not that clever, nor am I wealthy enough to afford some of the ones that you find at the Renaissance Fair. So I kind of had to run with what I could get. But I really like what you've got here. You say you made the leather yourself?
Made the baldricks, made the bracers. I actually have it set up where, you know, I set it up where I can put on this. Usually I have like cross axes on here. It's just whatever I can put on here. Normally I wear like 20 weapons at a time. But I figured that might be a bit much for here.
Right. We'd never make it from the door to the studio into the studio were that the case. But that's okay.
And I might have guessed that this leather vest is like a biker vest?
Yeah, something like that. I think this is probably from a flea market or something.
That's a good find.
Yeah,
looks good.
It works with it. So, but yeah, got the whip here. Trying to get all different kinds of things. So we got blades, guns, a hammer, the whip.
Yeah,
you know, just trying to anything and everything.
And of course, I noticed the one thing that ties us all in and really screams out pirate is the hat. You got to have a hat with a pointy bit. I have noticed as well that they seem to be easier to find now than it used to be. I had a long look of looking hats. I actually was at Disney, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a hat when we go by the pirate place. Maybe it's a touristy thing, but I'm going to pick one up. And it wasn't this one, but it was one exactly like this, but more of a brown. And then my wife and I found these so that we can be matchy-matchy pirates, because then we can dance in productions.
Now, a nice thing about these hats here, if you get something that's pure circle like this, you just fold it up, and you can either do like this here, or you can actually do a tricorn, or what have you, but it just starts out with a circular pattern. So very easy to throw a good hat together.
That's nice. That's nice.
If I was really willing to guess, I think your hat and my hat are by the same manufacturer.
Ooh, we get to find out right here on the
Is it elope.com?
show. It's L for large.
Oh. I think, because I've seen this exact same pattern at elope.com, and that's where I got mine because I'm cheap. And then I went to the fabric store, and I got the lace and the trim and everything, and I sewed it on. So this hat is my hat. But the base was not too expensive.
This hat matches my wife's hat, so that because we got to be all matched. So the next thing is that we'll ride a Harley to Renfest in our biker, and I'll be maybe not. Maybe that's a little too matchy, and it's a whole other show.
It's whatever you want, man.
All right. So if someone is just starting out and they say, all right, I'm looking at dressing like a pirate. I want to get piecemeal over time and build it up. What are the best things to start with?
Pants, shirt. The pants, you want to make them, nice blousy. Shirts. This is actually from the House of Draw, but you can use any kind of shirt. You've got the puffy sleeves. You got the puffy sleeves here. You can have maybe a lace up. This one actually has some buttons on here, but I think I just
Is that cleavage?
Long-term fans of the show will know I'm a big fan of the puffy sleeves.
Yeah, a friend of mine wanted to go to the Renaissance Fair and didn't have a costume, and he just got some pants that were kind of blousy, and a floppy Renaissance shirt. So now he looked like everybody else, and then he put on one of those do-rag, hat things,
right.
And all of a sudden kids are coming up to go, "Hey, Mr. Pirate!" He's like, "What? Okay, I'm a pirate now."
ARRR.
I don't know if it was just the hairpiece or what.
At which point you have to start looking for golden objects to run off with and what have you.
Yeah. Now it's jewelry time.
All right.
Nice thing to kind of bring some authenticity to it is I used to carry around a chest. It's a little heavy though. Carry around a chest. Get a bunch of those gold dollar coins.
Yeah.
Whenever you're going up to get your drinks or whatever, you drop the coins there. Makes it very authentic.
Wow, that's got to be heavy.
Unless you were buying something for $60 or so.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't.
And then you're
just
that guy. Don't be
drink.
that guy.
No. The cashiers, they really hate those coins.
Dollar coins are great. A few at a time. Well, if you're going to be that guy, have somewhere else to go right after there, quickly.
Well, they'll take your money, but they will talk about you behind your back for the rest of the day.
Because they have to find a chest to cart the money home in. But yeah, a few coins at a time. I can see where that would be pretty cool. And since they're easy to pick up, that would be kind of cool. All right. Well, we're going to pause here, and we're going to come back and talk some more about costuming for the ladies, or those who want to dress that way. It's all good, and we're all LARPing Pirate Show. We'll continue in a few moments. Stick around.
I am ARRR.
Hey everyone, Crazy Carl here, and it sounds like you need a date. If you're a fey monster and you need a date, call me, Crazy Carl.
Pick me, shivering timbers.
Hi, welcome back to Adventures in LARPing. I'm Courtney. We're here with Glover. Duh. Details
And
belong to
Juliana
her.
Bland of Killring Cosplay.
Yep. All right. So we're talking about the female side of pirate theming and pirate costuming today. You can tell there's actually a good bit of difference between female pirates. I mean, Juliana here is gorgeous as a captain. I'm more of a galley winch, apparently. But what goes into your costuming, primarily?
Things
Walk
I
us
like.
through your stuff.
Yeah, walk us through your costume.
Well, I like to be comfortable, especially when we're out at the run fair. You know,
Okay.
we're walking around and stuff. And I see a lot of girls in the high heel boots. You're nuts.
Yeah.
Trust me, you are crazy. So I like the comfortable moccasin boots. I like the stretchy tight pants to show off my nice legs. You know,
Okay.
that pirates
That's
have.
also something I do want to ask you. Do you notice that women tend to wear tighter pants than the men?
Yes.
Yeah.
They want to show their booty and their thighs. And
I'm going to
I will
balance
say,
this.
I have seen a lot
I'm
of
wearing tights.
the boots with the heels and stuff at Ren Fair, but I can't see. So I guess if somebody's just trying to show off leg or whatnot, then that
Tight
does that.
leg.
But at the same time, I think that, number one, walking around at the fair all day, that can't be comfortable. But
No.
number two, because it wouldn't be something that
It's a
would
quick
be
way.
very
Yeah.
piratey
No.
and wouldn't work on a ship, it always strikes me as just a little odd when someone does that. It's one of those little things that kind of feels more like Halloween to me as far as a pirate attire goes.
Well, if you're going to go do it for Halloween, like at a party or something, do the heels. But if you're going to do it out like at a run fair or like a pirate festival, no.
Wear flat shoes.
Wear flat shoes.
Unless-
Heels on a wooden deck are no-no.
Or
Right.
even on rough terrain. I've done that before. My wedding, I nearly face planted because heels plus mud plus tree root. Not
Or
very
leave-
pretty.
Yeah.
She was burying a tree. It's weird.
I spent
Actually, I
about
was married with
6 to 8 weeks in a boot because I broke my ankle
Oh.
in heels walking around fairground.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So heels bad. Not only are they not in any way authentic, but it's so much better and more comfortable just to go without. But you still got good-looking boots,
Oh.
and it still works with the whole outfit without them, right?
mhm.
So what else? So
Well, I've got like the jingles. Got to have the jingles for the girls.
Yes.
okay,
Really
okay.
easy scarves.
Little easy scarves. You can get them at flea markets. You can get them online. They're inexpensive. You can get them there too at fair.
Okay.
They're like one of the most popular
Pouches,
items.
whips. If you're gonna be a pirate captain girl, you gotta have the whip.
You've
Gotta
got
keep the people in line.
you've got a blunderbuss too. That's not a
Yes, I
musket.
do.
That's a
I do
blunderbuss.
blunderbuss. I usually also have. I don't have it on me today because I couldn't find it. Thank you to my husband. I usually have my furry handcuffs as well.
That's fun.
Okay. Okay.
So
All right. And you got a nice blouse underneath, which
Yep.
is
Nice.
kind of hidden by corset and jacket, which is a very nice
a
jacket.
little trick though with the corset girls: wear one size smaller than you normally would because it helps lift up the girls.
Okay.
And
Jeez,
female
oh.
girls most of the time is about the boobs. Gotta have the boobs.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
unlike me today, sadly, because 5-second costume change can't exactly get into a corset, which is why I've got a nice little vest on.
No, but it still works.
Which still works.
As you know,
Galley
it's a
winch.
good it's a good variety of the different sorts of things. And in the previous segment, we talked about how extra items just got picked up over time. That's the same sort of way that you went with your.
Well, yeah, and I also did a lot of research with pirates. A lot of times pirates back then named them, not only their names, because my pirate name was actually Cara de Rosalie, or Captain Cara de Rosalie.
Okay.
So I'm highly allergic to roses. And a lot of times back then, pirates named themselves for things they were either afraid of, scared of, or things that they had experienced in life.
Oh,
So I'm obviously terrified of roses because I'm highly allergic to them.
Oh, man.
okay,
So-
okay.
But I saw, Robert made the coat, and I put the rest of it together, just matching colors and style and things that I like that make me feel comfortable and make me feel like a pirate. And just have fun with it. And like the hat right here, this is actually just a hat that we bought. Like
We
one
all
she
have
has
our
on, it's
hat.
actually the exact one she has on, or
Okay.
he has on. But what I did is I added the roses to it, and I added
Some extra just pins and stuff
pins and
attached
stuff,
on.
just to kind of, be creative. Just be creative and have fun with it. Go out,
Yeah.
anything, you can be a pirate in anything, as long as you feel it in your heart.
Okay. So
Oh, and don't forget the rum either. Gotta have the rum.
Yeah. I noticed you're not wearing a mug. Do you normally have a mug with
I
you?
do normally have a mug that actually has roses on it as well.
Okay.
Usually I'm covered in roses. I usually have like a rose pendant and things like that. But,
like a theme.
A
Gotcha,
theme.
gotcha. Fine.
You can theme it out, or you can, like my husband you saw in the last segment, just grunge it out. Find you can thing off a dead person and throw it on. That just looks good.
Yeah.
So,
essentially my pick.
similar question that I asked the last time around. If someone is just starting out, what are the things that they can, the pieces that they should look for first that really sell the idea of pirate while building up to this?
A corset. You can get like the stretchy pants like at Walmart, like the leggings and stuff, which work just fine.
Okay.
A pair of boots, like the ones I have on my feet.
So when corset shopping,
Get
if someone is, one of the things that LARP has a lot of are players with no money. And so if someone is, and I know that the corsets can get pricey.
You can go on to eBay, you can go on to Amazon or various places on the internet, and you can find corsets that are like the cloth corset. This is actually a leather one, so this one actually runs you about $200 to $300. This corset.
Gotcha.
But you can get like the cloth ones, like the one she's wearing or like what you're wearing and stuff, for anywhere between 20 upwards up to 60. So depending on the kind of the boning was inside of it. So there are places on the internet you can look that you can get.
So as far as corset shopping, is that something that you really want to take your time on and spend more? I mean, would you want to just get a cheaper corset that you could just pick up easily, or is it something that you would want to?
Well, I would think that you can probably get your first one cheap. It doesn't really matter. The more expensive the corset, the more time you want to. Like, especially if you're going to use leather and like boning and stuff, you're going to actually want to go like to a local Renaissance festival or pirate fair and have them actually fit you for it.
Okay.
And that way, once you get fit for one, then you have an idea. Okay, I know what feels comfortable to me. Because some people can't tolerate the boning at all because it is like you're sitting in a straight jacket.
I see.
Now, speaking of the boning, are you in spiral still? Are you in straight still, or what is your boning?
I actually have not. Ironically, in this particular corset, there is no boning.
Nice.
There is absolutely.
Just cow.
It is all cow.
Because it's the stiff enough leather, I'm guessing.
Yes, there is no boning. Usually, in boning that I do have on some of my other corsets at home is actual whalebone on one of them. I've got one that has metal boning in it. And I have some that have actually plastic boning on it. But I find with the plastic ones that when you wear it a lot, it's going to form to your body and it's going to kind of warp. And it's not. It's good for a few runs, but not long lasting.
It's good to kind of tie your costume together until you get to fair, I'm guessing, just to. If you've saved up the money, definitely invest in a good corset. Because honestly, I don't know about you, but for me, I feel more comfortable in a corset because I'm a bigger chested woman. They just feel better because the weight's a little bit better distributed.
And also, like you see, at fair, you see women who hoist their girls up to possibly their chin. You want to do that? More power to you. But like me, I go half staff.
Okay.
They call it half staff, where it's not all the way up to your chin, but it's not you're not sagging either. It's comfortable.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's more comfortable.
Cool beans. Well,
I also usually have a rose dagger in between too, but don't have that.
All right, Adventures in LARP fans, this has been an excellent show. I hope it gives you a whole lot of ideas on being a pirate. Come back with us later in the season for more Adventures in LARPing.